That Show with Matt Giles. I'm your host, Adam Wiley. Not the one you're thinking of, though. Although, I have had multiple conversations with Tom Skerritt. So maybe. Hey, today we got Brandon Ford Green. He's an actor. I think he's in New York right now. We're going to talk to him today. Later on in this week, we're going to have Olivier Weaver of Whim Whim. We're finally going to broadcast that Jen Zile interview that we taped on Wednesday. Thursday, hopefully we'll get Melinda Hickey here from the Tom Douglas Group. And Friday, I haven't told anybody this yet, but I'm pretty sure Matt Giles is going to be on That Show with Matt Giles with your host, Wyliford B. Hayes. So, I'm excited. Hey, if you like this content, click the follow button. If you like the Tim's Taverns Live that we've been doing, click the follow button. I'm hoping to get 16 more followers this week. We did it last week. Can we do it again? I think if you like it, we could. All right. Not much more to do. So I'm going to bring on Joel and Mason, and then we're going to talk about an email snafu here in Seattle. Hey, guys. How's it going?
Aloha.
Man, so much enthusiasm over there. Joel, I heard you had a good weekend, and you painted the floor in your house.
Yeah. It's through 2/3 of the way done. It's always a process, you know. You have to move all the furniture, paint the section, let it dry, move all the furniture back, you know, that kind of thing. So it's just it's why it hasn't been done. But now I have a lot of time to stare at it.
I've been doing the same thing. This room looks the same in every broadcast, but I have moved this filing cabinet like 4 times just to get stuff in and out of here.
It's awesome.
Super fun.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, that's been my weekend project. And of course,
lots
it's
of
like
bread. I don't have the picture to share, but you showed me a couple of things.
Yeah, Lucy's been on fire with her bread game is high. Like she's been, you know, her first 4 attempts have all been A's. So, and they're literally her first 4 attempts ever at baking bread, and they've all been good. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, natural.
Yeah, who knew? Kind of makes Mackenzie a little mad because she's like been baking forever, and like, you know, she just like walked in the kitchen one day and there's Lucy doing her thing, and she's like, "What?" So,
Nice.
it's all right. More bakers means more bread. I like it.
That's cool.
So
I didn't mention. I was gonna say, Mason, what'd you do this weekend? But I didn't mention that Tim's is canceled for tonight, but we'll be back Wednesday and Friday, stronger than ever.
Yeah, there was some kind of scheduling snafu or something.
Yeah. But that's what you've been doing.
No, Matt's been doing the scheduling, but a couple of the acts had to cancel, but that's okay. We'll take the night off. We'll come back on Wednesday.
Yeah, I'm okay with a respite. Cool. Well, I'm just gonna blow through since we started late to this Canlis thing. I don't know. Did you guys see this on social media?
No.
Canlis, I'll bring up their website, but they've got this new feature since they're closed. Right, the dining hall is closed. They will deliver family meals, and you can see.
For people who don't know, Canlis is like the oldest restaurant, one of the oldest restaurants in Seattle, and I think the only 5-star Zagat rated restaurant in Seattle.
Yeah, it's expensive.
Yeah, but they got a great view.
They do have a good view and some live musicians, right? Like a pianist. And you pay like $100 and you can get your choice of wine. I don't think that's included in the $100. Anyway,
it's a prefix, yeah.
Yeah, they've got to-go meals. And people have been ordering them, and I think they varied the price. I went down all the links, and there were some at like $54 per person, and some that were like $130 per person. So expensive stuff. But they sent out this email, and in the blue we highlighted, "We recommend preheating your oven to 325 degrees. Instructions will be included along with your dinner." So this is to the people that that had ordered food that day. But they didn't blind carbon copy anybody. So, of course, somebody replied all. And the first one was mostly a complaint about how at $125 per person, they should have it hot by the time it gets there. And they're delivering anywhere in Seattle except for West Seattle because we have a broken bridge right now. So this dude complains, and then somebody's like, "Oh, this will be fun, right?"
Oh god.
And then
oh god.
volunteering to turn on an oven. But then somebody came up with a good idea. Hey, if you don't like it, you can give $125 to Feeding America, right? Which is a organization that helps feed people. And then
That's pretty funny.
the whole tone of the email changed, and people started donating, right? So, F it, donated $125. And then another
Well, that's hilarious.
somebody to pay for 500 meals. I'm not sure how much that was. And then Canlis even got in on it and said, "Yep, we screwed up, but hey, we're super excited. You guys are donating. We're going to donate $500 too."
Cool.
Yeah.
That turned into
raising a ton of money. That's great.
Yeah, and I think this was the original guy that was like complaining. That said, "Very happily donated. Everyone enjoy." And then
I wonder if he got blasted a little bit.
Yeah, probably. And then somebody
Well, also,
else.
like, it's delivery food, and I mean, wouldn't you want to? I don't know. I feel like if I got takeout, I might zap it in the microwave for a little while anyway, just to like kill the Rona.
It was a very a
Sure.
very entitled response, wasn't it? It was like he was
It
just
was.
like.
I mean, I get both
very
sides, right?
It
Like,
was a very
yeah,
Seattle
sure.
response.
It was a very Seattle response. But if I'm paying $125, if it was warm, that would be better. But in these times, it makes sense. You just got to do what you got.
Well, also, it's being delivered. I mean, it's not going to be piping hot if it's been in a car for 30 minutes. That's crazy.
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
Right, which is probably what they meant.
Delivery food. I always reheat my delivery food. It never comes piping hot from anywhere.
Yeah,
Yeah, but at the end of it, they raised $2,300 or whatever, which
That's great.
yeah,
that's pretty cool. Nice, and that's a lot of meals on for feeding the families of America, because it is like I think their cost is like something like $4 or $5 a meal.
yeah, it's cheap what they're able to do.
So that actually goes a long ways. That's really cool.
For sure. Yeah, so it turned out nice that all the bourgeoisie chipped in. I've never been to Canlis. I often joke if somebody says I owe them dinner or something that I'm going to take them to Canlis, or vice versa.
Well, cool thing about Canlis is a lot of people don't know it, but as long as you have like a sports coat and not blue jeans, you can go in there at like happy hour. And they've got like $8 apps and stuff, and $10. You know, you can get like a beer and an app for $20 and still enjoy the view and get to hang out with the fancy people for a little while.
I do know a lot of people that go for lunch. It's like a monthly or quarterly event for lunch where it's way more accessible and way more affordable. But it's a nice and you can get in easier and stuff like that.
Why did you never take me?
It was going to be a surprise.
Oh.
COVID, that's why.
And
COVID.
then we got fired. Or laid off.
We're out of work.
Cool. That was all I had for this.
That's good. That was warm
segment.
fuzzy. I like it.
Yeah, it turned out nice. It was good.
Yeah.
Tomorrow for Olivier, I'm going to try and put together a video of me auditioning for Wim Wim, which is a modern dance company that he's the artistic director for. We'll see how that goes.
I'm actually a little excited about this now.
You actually you auditioned, or you're gonna make a video?
I'm gonna make a video. I'm gonna show it to him and see if he'll put me in Wim Wim.
All 7'3".
Do you know your Martha Graham?
I'm more of an Alvin Ailey, Savion Glover fan, but I do what I can.
All right.
Well, hey, so our guest today, Brandon Ford Green, actor, extraordinaire, writer, producer, and good friend to us. Maybe not the show, but us. Let's talk to him. Hey, Brandon, how you doing?
I'm good. How you guys doing?
Good.
Regretting it already?
No, man, not yet. We'll see how it goes.
Microwave that cheeseburger before they got delivered. Do you microwave your delivery food? Your
No, I
to-go
didn't
food?
deliver it. I went and picked it up, and it was hot the whole time, and I just sat down and ate it.
You braved the
Was
streets.
it less than $125 or more?
A little less.
That's good.
And hot. See, that guy had a point. Maybe he had a point.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. If you ordered a $125 dinner to be delivered, would you expect it to be hot?
I don't know. Depends on where I'm ordering it from.
Yeah,
Like
fair
if I
enough.
ordered $125 worth of McDonald's, no.
No. What about
But
Tavern
if
on
I
the
got,
Green?
like- Well, they're like at least 7 miles away, so no.
All right.
See, there you go. That's a good
But if I
example,
lived
right?
across the street from Tavern on the Green, it damn well better be hot.
Yeah, that's fair. Why don't you?
Like when they bring fajitas right out of the kitchen, that's what I want from Tavern on the Green.
So, what have you been doing?
Same thing everyone else has been doing. Not a goddamn thing. Can I say
Yeah.
expletives?
Just say whatever you want.
Yeah.
Can I drink alcohol on your show?
I mean, I wouldn't say it's alcohol, but I don't think anybody's going to yell at me. Kids,
Can I drink my
Even
cheerleader
Disney
Drink
drinks
responsibly.
alcohol on Disney. Like, you can drink beer and wine on Disney. You just can't drink hard alcohol on Disney-owned properties, on television properties.
oh, I see.
We were always under that rule. We would have guests on our show, and they would make cocktails, and whenever it was like somebody like, I don't know, some celebrity chef, they would always start doing shots every single time, and you could hear the panic
what
in the
show were you
producers.
working on?
View from the Bay was our show in San Francisco. It was the ABC affiliate
Okay.
in San Francisco. So a talk show.
Cool.
We had 2 cooking segments per day, every single day. It was basically we believe. We believe that network stole our show, created the View, or not the View, the Chew, and then canceled our show because network forced us to cancel our show and change it. And then 3 months later, the Chew came out.
Huh.
We were pissed
That
because
sounds
we
about
liked
right.
our show. Yeah, it felt about right. So yeah.
Sounds. I'd put money down. That's probably what happened.
Wow. And look at them now.
Oh,
Whoops.
yeah, they're at home like the rest of us. So what I've been I guess what I've been doing is I started a little thing on Instagram, on my Instagram page. It's kind of like this. Started out as just a hangout. Just kind of I went live randomly and people started responding. So then all last week I just kind of started this mini talk show thing, kind of like this. So that's what I've been doing, along with just reading and watching lots of television and trying to figure out what my move is going to be once things get back to normal, whenever that is.
Yeah.
Right.
Where can I find you on Insta?
Oh, my handle is at that BFG guy.
Nice. It's appropriate that BFG
I caught one of
guy
them.
is on that show.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was fun. I
Wait,
caught
I'm sorry.
I caught a bit of it.
This show is called That Show with who?
With Matt Giles.
Who's Matt Giles?
Yeah. Well,
Exactly. That's what I keep asking.
you'll have to tune in on Friday. I think he'll be here.
Okay. You think he'll be on his own show?
He's the guy that Wiley always apologizes to.
I do. I apologize for the quality and to the fans for him not being
No.
on.
Your quality is far better than mine.
Oh, thanks.
No need to apologize.
Once we get people logged in, that seems to be the bigger problem. Do you want the full long story of who Matt Giles is?
I'll take the Cliff Notes version.
He's a pretty talented guy and a friend of mine that was also a coworker for a while. and we sat around always talking about doing an interview show, and we tried to get it going. Joel was our cameraman, and we did one episode, and I thought it went okay. It was sort of him driving down Mercer, which is a very congested street here, and doing an interview. And then he never did it again. I think we got busy.
Probably more to take pity on me for running up and down Mercer Street outside the fucking car.
Joel was. He was like, "Oh, I'll get a good shot here," and then was running down the street with a camera following us.
Yeah, that's pretty silly.
No, that's a good story. I like that. I like that you kept the title as is.
Yeah, and then I didn't tell him about it until this weekend. I said, "Hey, by the way,"
is he perturbed by that?
No, he was quite enthusiastic and very supportive. It was great. Yeah,
nice.
Yeah. So he's down in South Carolina now as a co-artistic director of a children's theater. But I think he's going to be on Friday. We were talking about it, so yeah.
South Carolina does not have a lockdown, do they? It's one of the few states that does not.
It's a good question. I'm not following things closely.
South Carolina and Utah and I forget where else.
Yeah, I thought a lot of it was in the middle.
Yeah.
I do know that they canceled shows and stopped the. They have an education program where kids come in for camp and stuff. And they weren't doing any of those. So.
Yeah, it's probably for the best. Right now.
Yeah. Were you working on something actively that got canceled or postponed?
No, I was not. I was auditioning a bit, but that came to a screeching halt. But no,
I thought you would be offer only.
Yeah. Maybe 20 years ago, I would have thought the same thing of myself at this point. But, you know, that's not how it works. That's not how life works. No, I'm not offer only. But it's nice of you to say.
I would offer you any movie I have. I think you're good.
Cool. I'd accept.
Nice. That is one thing I wanted to do during this break was do a script. I have an idea. I don't know that I'm a good writer, but I was going to start writing it. Have you? I know you wrote a movie. Are you writing another one?
I've had a few ideas in my head for some time now, and every time I go to write it, I get a few pages down, and then I kind of get blocked. And then I try to figure out, okay, well, how did I write the first one? And I can't remember exactly how I did it. Or, well, I take that back. I do remember how I did it, but I had this idea, and I kind of knew the structure of where I wanted it to go. So I got a bunch of actor friends, and we workshopped just ideas. Like I'd throw an idea, and I'd ask them to improvise something, and those improvisations would plant a seed for another plot point. Mm-hmm. So that's kind of how I did it. And but I was a lot clearer on what the story, who the characters were then. So I'd have to have that before I could do that, to get other actors in on it again. And I just haven't done that. So no, I don't have anything else I'm working on actively, but
That's fair.
Before I leave this earth, the plan is to get another one in the can.
Nice.
At least one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'll definitely be watching it and look for it.
Cool. Yeah, you're a super big supporter of it, Wiley. I appreciate that.
Thanks. Well, I'm always proud of my friends doing good. And you've done a lot, so, you know.
Thanks.
Any love I
Yeah, you
can
know, it's
share.
funny. Anytime I see a friend of mine doing anything, especially in the performing arts, like I get super excited. I know a lot of people that get upset and they get jealous and like, oh, why does that person have this and I don't? And I never understood that mentality or that, way of going about your life. I really, whenever I see a colleague of mine make it, I feel like I've made it too. I feel like I was. It's their moment to shine, but I feel that I get to bask in a little bit of that sunlight. So,
Sure. Yeah. I mean, you're a
yeah.
part of that journey and that story, right? Yeah.
Uh, in a small way, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I relate to, especially with our little PCPA family. You know, so many of us were really super young then.
Yeah.
So the I mean that and that's kind of why we all went there. You know, that's like that's like the our mini crucible. Like like if you still like it after leaving that place, chances are it can stick. Um,
Yeah,
so
I dug
so people
PCPA.
that come from that, like
Yeah.
I and are still in the business, because like there's a lot of people in the circles that aren't doing like acting or like
Hmm.
tech theater, but they're in the businesses. They're still connected. They still got something
So,
valuable out of it, and we all made an impression on each other. And I think that like I feel the same way. Like we get, like there's people that made more impressions than others, but when I see people's names pop by, I'm like, ooh, I was there when.
right, yeah, like there are
Yeah,
people that are doing great, like Tiffany Little Canfield.
yeah,
She's one of the
yeah, for
biggest
sure.
casting directors in the game right now. Last I heard, Wade McCollum was on Broadway. He was doing My Fair Lady. He had
Yep,
an off-Broadway show that was just him and one other person. Lucy Owen, she's
yep.
Yeah.
done tons of film and television.
I was talking
Sean
about I
Cox has
watched.
his
Oh,
own.
go ahead.
No, Sean Cox has his own theater company and in San Diego.
Hmm.
Yeah, people are doing well.
Yeah.
Definitely.
You said
Lucy
you
used to
watched
work.
what?
Oh, I just
Oh, go
watched
ahead.
Miss Sloane like 2 weeks ago, which Lucy's in. It was good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she has a very pivotal role in that film.
Yeah. Yeah.
She got to work with. She was also in. She had a quick role in the movie Ricky and the Flash with Meryl Streep. It was Jonathan Demme's last film.
Oh, wow.
Well,
Yeah, yeah. She's actually a neighbor of mine. I can walk to her place in like 20 minutes.
Nice.
But we're not supposed to leave our homes. So
No, don't leave your homes.
right.
Stay inside. I literally have not, other than walking my dog, I have not gone anywhere for 16 days. I think Mason's got
I've
maybe.
been naughty.
You've been.
I leave my house.
Yeah, I'm on
But
21. I'm on 21 days since I left the property here.
Damn.
Wow.
But
oh
there's
yeah,
acres, so we can walk around the ranch and stuff.
you live in a ranch,
Uh,
Mason?
No, I'm at my sister's. My sister has a goat rescue north of Seattle, and when the shit hit the
Oh,
fan, I
nice.
just came up here because I'd rather be with my family than by myself in my apartment. So,
100%.
Yeah.
Wait, when did you
so
move to
I've been
Seattle?
here for about 3 weeks.
When did you move to Seattle, though, Mason?
It'll be 5 years in July.
And you moved from Texas?
Texas, Southeast Texas. But I was really just on the road. I mean, I was on the road for like 8 or 9 years, pretty much, pretty solid.
Were you touring
Playing
with
like,
your music?
yeah, doing like I was doing like 250 shows a year for 9 or 10 years.
Damn.
Yeah, I drove 600,000 miles.
Jeez.
You're a
A lot of
freaking
miles there.
troubadour.
And that doesn't include, I flew a lot too. That doesn't include the flying. That's just the driving was about 600,000 miles over
Wow.
10 years.
That's a
Wow.
lot.
Yeah.
That's very impressive.
Yeah, and it was never. Well, I mean, maybe there was the same place over and over, but when you would come up here, it was never the same place twice, right? Like you would hit a bunch of different clubs in every area.
Yeah, just wherever they gave me wherever they gave me a gig,
Yeah.
I was doing all the booking and everything too. So
If you want to listen, do you go to masonreed.bandcamp? Is that what it is?
yeah, masonry.bandcamp.com. I think there's a couple records up on there.
Nice.
Yeah.
Hey, does Ustream still exist?
He sold it to IBM. They use it internally, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Brad, he cashed in on that, man. He sold it. I don't. He made a lot of money. A lot of money.
I bet. I
I mean,
mean,
yeah, he was
do you
way
still?
ahead of his time. I mean, he was before any live stuff. He was the first one.
Yeah. Did you ever think of starting thisismason.com up again?
Yeah, I've been thinking about doing something like that. I mean, I don't know. We've been doing the Tim's Tavern broadcast, so I kind of host that and stuff. But I do miss talking to people on the phone. I think that's a lot of fun. So
It was fun, man. I remember I would pop up every now and again. And then once a week I had my own thing on there, I think.
Brandon's book club.
That's right, Brandon.
And the first rule of Brandon's book club is we don't talk about books.
We don't talk about books.
It was all about movies. It was all movies and TV and comics and stuff.
Well, because I didn't name the show. Some fan named it on This Is Mason named the show, and I was like, fine. Brandon's
Yeah.
Book Club.
It rings. It's a good ring to it. Yeah. Rolls
We
off the
don't talk
tongue.
about books.
That was fun, man.
If you were gonna do Brandon's book club right now, what would you talk about?
I'll tell you what I wouldn't talk about.
Yeah. Books.
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 What would I talk about? I'll tell you what else I wouldn't talk about. Freaking coronavirus.
Yeah. That's what
I'm
I
tired
started
of it.
out doing with all the guests was like, hey, how's Corona with you? And what are you doing? And then I just
Yeah.
found it better to just talk about other stuff because,
Yeah.
like, we all know what's
I
happening.
mean, yeah,
How's
the,
your
the answer's
pandemic
probably the
going?
same.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Unless
the answer's
somebody has
probably
like
the
a
same
as a
for
point.
everybody.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah, I mean, I think
yeah.
everybody's sort of like referred to it in passing since we've stopped being directly like this is not the coronavirus show, but because you're right, you know, like, we're all in the same boat ish, you know, but everybody's
Which
doing something a little
is,
different, right? You know.
I think
yeah,
some people
but
are
being in the
handling
same,
it differently.
it's oddly comforting because you think about it, you're like, oh God, what am I gonna do for money? What am I gonna do? Like, am I gonna get sick? What am my family gonna get? Blah 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 blah. And then you realize, oh wait, everyone else is freaking out too.
Everyone. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
that's oddly comforting.
I agree.
It is.
Well, it also just kind of forces that anxiety just kind of forces you to like be present in the moment and just enjoy. Like, oh, this is a great breakfast burrito, you know, and I'm gonna sit here and I'm gonna spend 30 minutes and I'm just gonna enjoy the fact that I have this burrito and not think about anything else for 5 minutes, you know.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Sounds really good
Absolutely.
right now.
Yeah, now we all want breakfast burritos.
I'll be right back. I gotta charge my computer.
Yeah, do that.
That's Mason.
Oh,
So you're not
man.
reading a good comic book or you're watching any good shows?
I'm watching a few good shows. Dave. I really love the show Dave
I don't
with
even know
Little
the show.
Dicky. It's on FX.
Yeah, no cable here.
It's about. Do you know who Little Dicky is?
No.
He's a comedic rapper. He got famous from being on YouTube.
All right.
But now he has a TV show, and it's really 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 good.
You talking about Little Dicky?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, we started watching. It's pretty funny, man. It's like it reminds me of a young Larry David. It'd be like Larry David if he was a millennial.
yeah, yes. If think of Larry David as a millennial rapper.
YouTube rapper. Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
hilarious.
that's a great
That's a
pitch.
great-
Mason's got his
He
elevator
really does.
pitches.
The actor, he really does. He reminds me so. He's just so neurotic all the time. He just reminds me of
He's
Larry
extremely
David.
neurotic.
It's very funny.
I will check
And
that
then
out.
Yeah.
It's called
But the
Dave.
first,
I think it's called Dave on
it
Hulu. It's
is.
on Hulu on FX.
The first 4 episodes is just irreverent comedy, and then the 5th episode gets a little deeper, and then the 6th episode is a little deep as well, but
Yeah, I only like
still keeping with
three
the comedy.
Nice.
Yeah, keep going, man. It gets really good. It gets better. What else am I watching? I just started *Handmaid's Tale*.
Oh yeah, that's a good
Yeah,
one.
I started that a while ago, and I paused it when I was working. And now that you say that out loud, I was like, oh wait, maybe
Yeah,
I'll start that one back up.
yeah.
It
I
got
finished season 1, but I haven't done season 2 yet.
yeah, I got halfway
Feels
through for
fucked up.
it's messed
Is it?
up. That's a messed up show. I
Yeah.
I kind of turned it off because I really didn't want to watch it. Like,
Yeah.
that something that heavy or whatever, like that storyline. And then
Well, I can't.
at
Yeah,
the time,
I
and now
can't
I'm like,
binge it.
yeah, now I
That's
want to. I'm like, I want to watch a little bit of everything. Although I have not started Tiger King yet. So.
Tiger King's good. I don't know why is everyone freaking out about Tiger King. Like it's good, but it's not. It's not
It
the
still hasn't gone
greatest.
past episode
Nobody
1.
has anything to do. Here's Jeremy.
That's true. Nobody, everybody's home with nothing to do.
Yeah.
I'm late to the game, but I've been doing BoJack Horseman.
That's a great.
Oh, I watched the first one and didn't really get into it.
This is what happened to me. So I gave it up. I was like, oh, no. And then I heard it more and more in the press. Everybody was talking about it. And then I was at a party like a couple months ago, and this one guy was like, no, it's really good. And it hits the poignant parts sort of later in the season. And there's always like the good mixes with the bad, and it's worthwhile. So I gave it another shot, and it's been good. There's one episode where he's underwater and can't talk, or doesn't know how to use his talking thing. And it's literally 20 minutes of no dialogue. It's pretty genius.
That sounds interesting.
Yeah.
I want to see
On a
that.
cartoon, that's hard. Yeah.
Yeah.
My all-time favorite show right now, though, is High Maintenance.
Nice. I love that show. Yeah.
Never heard
I've
of
been
it.
a fan of High Maintenance since
Since it was
the
on Vimeo
days.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think they had like sort of kind of 4 seasons, and I think I got in on it around the 3rd season of the Vimeo show.
Nice.
Like right before you had to start paying for episodes. I got into
So
High Maintenance.
he's a weed dealer in New York, right? And there's sort of vignettes of his different clients. So every client that he visits, you sort of see something about that.
Yeah. So it's about every episode is about a completely different group of people or person, and it's not necessarily the most important moment of their lives, but it's the most important moment in their life at that moment. And the through line to all of these people is they all have the same weed dealer, and his name is the guy. Until this last episode, which is the season 4 finale, they tell you his name.
Huh.
Oh wait, is this the Kevin
fine.
Smith show?
No, it's not a Kevin Smith show.
Didn't he do a show about being a weed dealer or something?
I mean, Jay
He
and
did
Silent Bob.
some weed show, but it was only a pilot. It never.
It was
really
like someone, yeah. And the girl in the preview, the girl was like, he meets like a porn star, and he's like,
Yeah, it's the girl from Smilf.
it
If you've
gets
seen
all
that
awkward.
show.
It was a funny scene about him meeting a porn star or something. Yeah.
Yeah, that was okay, but no, High Maintenance is a
I agree.
work of
I like
art.
High Maintenance. Do we all like Kevin Smith as much as we used to?
Ever since he got soft ever since he got skinny.
I still have a love in my heart for Kevin Smith. That's never
Yeah.
going to go away. I
That's
really respect his bootstraps mentality, and it's always been you never got rid of that. I mean, there was a period of time where after in between all his movies between Jay and Silent Bob Strikes Back, all the movies after that, and all the movies before Red State were basically studio flicks, and they weren't. They were kind of like Cop Out and Zack and Miri Make a Porno and Jersey Girl. Those movies weren't. They didn't really have that signature Kevin Smith thing to it.
I agree.
Yeah.
But now he's kind of back into doing his older stuff. Well, I guess Clerks 2 was a studio film too. But have you guys ever seen Red State?
I have not seen Red State.
No,
Nor have I seen
yeah, that didn't
Tusk.
mean-
I think I did see that.
I don't know
That's the
where
horror.
to find
That's
Red
the
State.
horror movie, right?
You know, it was they categorize it as a horror movie, but it's really not a horror movie.
I think I watched it.
Man, I got more lens
think my
flare
buddy
going on in the
Kevin's in it.
J.J. Abrams movie.
It's
That was
true.
lens flare?
Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry about
Yeah.
that. It's just the window in the back. But yeah, so no, Red State is just it's deranged. And I would say it's one of his best films, and it's
All right.
nothing like any of his other movies.
Okay.
Yeah, don't they get trapped in like a house or something, and there's like a weird family?
So these three boys get kidnapped. They
Yeah.
get
So
abducted.
one of the guys who's like the real mentally challenged character that's kind of really weird. That's my buddy Jeff Pope. He's awesome. He's a great actor.
Was he
He's
one of
in
the
that
kids
movie.
that gets?
No, he's one of the
He's one of the
hillbillies.
Okay.
No, he's one of like the weird, deformed hillbilly mutant people that like is all inbred or whatever.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, Melissa Leo was in that.
All right. I'll
and
put that on my list then.
John Goodman's in that too.
Oh, I love him. You know, the thing that Kevin Smith did that honestly I think the most enjoyment I've ever gotten out of anything is when he just did those talks. I don't know if they were on Netflix or whatever, but it was like an evening with Kevin Smith or whatever, and he just talked for 2 hours.
Yeah.
It's great.
So every year I go to Comic-Con, the number one thing that's on my list every year is to see Kevin Smith and Hall H. And it's always the highlight. That guy can talk and talk and talk about anything, and he's a phenomenal storyteller.
That's true. I agree with that. Yeah.
He is.
I do love his story about working with Prince on like a music
I
video.
knew you were
that'll
going to
never
say
be
that.
seen.
Yeah.
And
Well, the
then-
interesting thing is that, yeah, he made that movie, and all that footage went into some vault, but
Yeah.
now who's protecting that vault? So I think
lawyers,
that may
accountants.
pop up at some point.
Yeah, I think you're right. 20 years from now, the new Prince,
Yeah, fingers
Kevin
crossed.
Smith. Why'd you think I was going
Yeah,
to say that?
I don't know. I just had a feeling.
Because I love Prince.
I
think
felt it
that's why.
in me bones.
Nice. All right. I don't want to take too much time. We do have some viewers. Nobody's chatting though, so I don't have a question to throw out. But hi, everybody.
No one
watching.
gives a F about me.
That's not true.
I did tell Brian Henderson that we were going to chat with you today. He got it. He was excited. I'm going to get
Wait,
that guy
what
on,
was
too.
Brian's nickname? Was it Spray?
Chupa. No, that was his roommate.
Chupa. Oh wait, who was Spray?
That was his roommate. I don't remember Spray's actual real name.
I don't even remember a
That's
spray.
funny. You
But he
spent a
was a-
whole year with the
It
man.
was like Justin or Jason or Brian and I don't remember.
I don't remember.
He's
Yeah,
the one.
well-
That's the one. That's the guy that used to tell me that he didn't want to be in theater. He wanted to work at the bank. Spray.
Oh,
bank?
He's like,
okay.
after I get done with PCPA, I'm going to go to Wells Fargo and I'm going to get a job at the bank. I'm going to make hella money. Like, that was his whole thing. He's going to be
I
a
kind
bank
of remember
clerk.
that now.
And
Now-
that's
now
how
that
you're
it-
going to. He goes, think
That's
about
cool.
it. Where's all the money? It's at the bank. So if I want to make the most money, I just get a job at the bank. Duh. That was
logic.
his logic. I was like, they pay you like minimum wage to be a bank teller. He's like, no,
You can
don't
work as a
worry, I got
janitor in the bank. Come on.
Yeah. He's like, I'll work my way up.
Do you know how he got the name Spray?
In the mailroom. I remember hearing it, but I don't remember what the story was.
Yeah,
His real name was Sean. Yeah, Sean Ilalika or Ilalika or
Yeah, Sean.
Yeah,
wow, I can't believe
that's
I pulled
right.
that
Wow,
one
you
out
pulled
of
that
my
one
memory.
off. He
The
was
only
using
joke
WD-40 with a little straw,
we
spraying it into kinds of casters, and it shot into the caster and shot himself in the face.
Oh man.
And so Shawnee, I'm pretty sure it was Shawnee, dubbed him Spray
Killalay.
after that
That was his
moment.
last name.
Killalay. Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah,
Here's a story.
I can't
Here's a
believe I
story.
remember.
I remember
that.
one. I don't remember what show we were doing, but I remember it was some musical, and I looked out the audience, and I saw this girl. I was like, dude, that girl's cute. And I went backstage, and I was like, dude, Mason, did you see this girl? He's like, what girl? I'm like, she's sitting in this section in this seat. He goes, oh, does she look like this and this and this? I'm like, yeah, that's her. He goes, that's my sister, man. And it turns out it was his sister.
Yeah. She's a good looking woman. If we weren't related, I'd probably be dating her. Let's be honest.
All right, Trump.
All right, 45.
10 out of 10.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Give myself a 10
Hey, were
out
you
of
guys around for Hunchback?
Yeah, I was in
Yeah.
it.
Oh, yeah, I remember
He
this
played
now.
Clopan.
Yeah.
Do you remember?
Well,
Do you remember the student matinee where Jack Greenman has this like impassioned speech, and some kid threw gum and it landed on the desk right in front of him, and he just picked it up and threw it back at the audience?
Yes,
No,
I thought that was
Oh my
baller.
God, really? That's hilarious.
I do remember
Yeah.
that.
I think it was Follow Spot.
I remember I had that scene with Eric. And I mean, he was coming into the beggars thing, and I kind of had to I was trying to the whole scene is about just dominating him basically, because I was the king of the underground or whatever, and there's a part where I put my hand around the back of his neck and kind of gave him a little squeeze, just to get a squirm out of him, and he complained about that every freaking day. He's like, "Could you not squeeze my neck that hard?" And I was like, "Dude, I'm not." It's just a squeeze, man. How hard could I possibly? I'm 19. I'm 19 years old. How
He was
hard
a-
could I possibly squeeze your big fat, bulldog neck?
He's a sensitive flower. You gotta.
He was a
You're
very
supposed to
sensitive guy.
Pantomime squeezing.
Yeah, I was like, I'm gonna drop kick you.
Those are good times.
All right, I'm gonna really quick say goodbye to everybody. Brandon, you can stay on and we'll keep chatting afterwards. But yeah, thanks for watching, everybody. Tune in tomorrow for Olivier Weaver from Whim Whim. Jen Zile on Wednesday, Melinda Hickey on Thursday, and hopefully Matt Giles on Friday. Thanks, everybody. Bye.